It's time for the absolutely, I'm on my way, completely, I'm almost there, random, why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for the first Saturday in September 1st, 2018. My name's Andrew Rhodes. I am your host, as always, right here with the sound of sirens going past me. Okay, now, I guess my local fire department must be going out again. Just sorry in case that was picked up by anybody that could hear that. I got some exciting things to talk about this week. A lot has happened this week, but before we go any further, you know what time it is. That's right. It is the 2-year anniversary of the podcast, and much like last year, I have a present for all of you. Because what's the point of me getting something cool when I should share the wealth and share the joy? So, without any further ado, I'm sorry, I was watching some Simpsons clips earlier. Let's check it out, ladies and gentlemen. The new logo in 3, 2, 1, boom, baby! So what does everybody think? I actually did work on this one a bit. Different font style. I think it's kind of cool. I might change it up again. I don't know. It does look a lot more, I want to say, unique than the last couple ones did. Definitely an improvement, I like to think. But anyway, what do I have to talk about this week? Let's get into the bare bones of things here. Conan O'Brien is heading to Japan to claim his Detective Conan royalties because the bastard just can't leave well enough alone, can he? No. Yeah, no. Konami has finally done what YuGiOh fans have been banging their heads for years and has made an artificial intelligence system to identify YuGiOh cards. Yes! About frickin' time. A judge has ruled, a Highlander quote, there can be only one Comic-Con. And I'm going to have some fun going through that one. Let's see here. What else do I got? Oh, yes. The most magical place on Earth just got more magical for the workers. That landed a deal for $15 minimum wage. And a $1,000 bonus. Oh, holy crap. Yeah, that's the magical place on Earth, all right. And the Gundam Conquest App service is set to end on October 29th. So another app comes to a close, and this was a freaking iOS and Android app. So I'm a little pissed that this wasn't made aware of to me. I would have loved to have played a Gundam app. And finally, because I don't have to yell over the sirens, it's a wonderful thing that they do, seriously. All respect, I was a volunteer firefighter for a few years. But anyway, I'm also going to be talking about Weird Al Yankovic finally getting his rightful place in the stars. That's right, he finally got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And he's got a message to everyone out there: do not pickaxe my star. I'll be talking about these topics and so much more. But because everybody that might be new to my podcast, might be new to my channel, whatnot, hey, guess what? That's fine. I'm all for it. I dig it. I'm sorry. I'm just really out in left field today. If you're new to my channel and everything else and you don't understand what happens here on the podcast, let me explain it for you. This is the section where I selflessly pitch my eBay page. Because if you're looking for oddities, collectibles, weird stuff, what have you, just something out of the ordinary, check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. All lowercase, by the way. I have a wide variety of crap because one person's trash is another person's treasure. Something that I might have might be something that you want. You can check it out. I am putting up some new stuff. With September just starting, I get 50 free listings, so it's time to go to town. Oh, the fun I can have. Some new trading cards I can put up. I got some Terminator 2 trading cards. I got some Magic the Gathering cards I'm still digging through yet to figure out how I want to do that. I am not just going to put them up on one giant-ass lot, and if I do, I'm really going to be checking it. But no, I think I'll single them out, piece them out. I just got a wide variety of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. But anyway, if you're in the mood for some of that stuff, feel free to check out my eBay page. Once again, that's all lowercase ARHOADS hyphen 2012 on eBay. You can also follow me on Twitter at OtakuRoads, and don't forget to check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Okay, so let's talk about my week. How did it go? Well, I did some stuff for the podcast this week, looked up some topics, dealt with heatwave number 3 from my area, which was a lot of fun. Let's see, recorded the Q&A video, and that's a story in itself. It really is. That's a story in itself for what's been going on. I want to see a good way of wording this. Let's see, went to work yesterday. Was supposed to have to go to work this morning, but happily that got canceled at the last minute. Like, I really wouldn't say the 11th hour, but definitely got canned, and I only found out about it when I went to work yesterday, so that was fun. Let's see, got a lecture this week as to how we, as in the part that I work at work, aren't doing our jobs right. That was fun. Let's see, clean my room up a little bit, but not enough yet. I'm still working on it. Yeah, just a lot of stuff in general. But anyway, that was my week. Let's see, last Sunday we watched The Zookeeper, my mom, grandfather, and I. That was an alright movie. Honestly, I can take Kevin James or leave him. He's one of my favorite B-list actors, I want to say. So it wasn't that bad of a movie, but it wasn't that great of one either. Today we watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith because it's the holiday weekend and we got 3 days of movies to kill through. So today was Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Tomorrow's going to be War of the Roses. And I am flipping a coin in my head as to what in the holy crap Monday's going to be. It's even I don't know. But yeah, it's been a pretty much overall boring week. I got a couple things that I ordered on eBay for my neat little, I'm going to see if I can find stuff for under $10 sort of deal. One of them I really like. I got myself a little Megatron figure I'm planning to do a review of. Because it's actually pretty cool. Hence why I'm cleaning up some of my room so I can fix up a spot on my desk so that I can review the son of a bitch. Because I was reviewing stuff on my bed. But I can't review everything on my bed because I can't get my camera low enough. And if I do, then the angle's off, it looks weird and stupid, and then I'll have people going, my God, this is horrible. So I'm cleaning off part of my makeshift desk so that I can review stuff a little better, I should say. It's slow going because I have to find the drive to do it, and when the temperature's 90 degrees and climbing, you really don't have much drive to do anything. Let's see. Oh, I'm playing my Puzzles and Dragons game. I did manage to beat, because I know I said something about this last week. I was doing the Master Quest, the Master version of the quest in the Contest of Champions game for the Gwenpool Goes to the Movies. I beat it. I beat it! I'm under like 250 5-star hero crystal shards to get myself a 5-star hero, and I'm kind of pissed and bummed about the hero that I got out of the cinematic one, the 5-star one. I got Captain America. I have a 2, 3, 4, and now a 5-star Captain America. If anybody out there is wondering, I was Team Iron Man. So I consider this an insult. I only have like 4 Iron Man characters. That's it. I got the Infinity War one that I got via the Marvel Insider promotion. I got the original one that they had in the game, and I have 2 versions of the Superior Iron Man. I have a 2 and 3 star. The other 2 are just 2 stars. I have nothing higher than that. I want an Iron Man. So this is my preach right now to the underlying people of the universe. Please give me a 5-star Iron Man. I don't care if it's Infinity War. I don't care if it's regular. I want a 5-star, okay? I am on my hands and knees begging at this point. So there was that. But otherwise, week went by pretty well. So yeah, it was an interesting week. Thank you to everybody for submitting your questions for the Q&A video. I am trying my damnedest to upload that. Trying, the key phrase in that sentence. But anyway, let's get into the podcast, shall we? And let's get started. Alright, so let's talk about the Q&A video here quick for a second, because I know there's probably a lot of people out there that saw my post in the discussion page, or that follow me on Twitter and Facebook and saw my post. So here's the thing. I recorded the video Thursday night, and the video was 1.08 gigabytes in size. That's great. I fixed it up with my go-to video thing, which is Windows Movie Maker, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, cool, this will work out great. Yeah, it kept not syncing the video right. So like, I would have audio and words just weren't coming up right. So I was kind of pissed. Or the audio was just completely gone altogether. I also had that issue too that I was dealing with. So there was that. I had the whole crapshoot of trying to upload it this morning. I managed last night by staying up till almost 1:30 this morning. Managed to shave 0.03 gigabytes off of it. So I got it down to 1.05. And I'm like, okay, I'll try my luck. Let's give it a shot. Everything's going good. I started uploading it at 6:30, around 6:30 in the morning. And I'm like, okay, it's going fairly well here. It's going at a pretty good speed. I'm not really too upset about it. It's going pretty well. And then all of a sudden, about 45%, it comes up and tells me estimated time remaining is 2 hours, 59 minutes. I was like, okay, about 3 hours. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, it's going to be about 12 o'clock. Great. Wasn't too thrilled with that. So that was issue number 1. Then, last night's were the major issues. So then as I'm going through everything, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to upload it. It got to like 65%, going on 10 o'clock. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm done. Because it's not going any faster. It's starting to slow up. And then it had the audacity to tell me estimated time to completion was now 6 hours. I'm like, nope, not happening now anymore. Forget it. Not happening. No way, no chance in hell. So I shut it off. I stopped it. So, right now, as the podcast is going, mind you, I'm attempting upload number, I want to say 4. Once again, with the 1.05 gigabyte file, which isn't going any better. Because the 1.0 gigabyte file is now at 1%, and I started that at about 9:15, and it is not budging. Now, I don't know if maybe my computer can't take it, if maybe there's an issue with my laptop, what's going on, because I'm getting a little irately pissed here. Understandably so, but a little irately pissed. So I am trying my damnedest to get this up for everybody to view, but then there also is falling the other elephant in the room, so to speak, with this. I might have to re-record this and try to get the video file down to a smaller size to upload it better. Because I am tired of YouTube telling me that your videos will process faster if you encode into a streamable file format. I got 2 programs free off the internet today to try to help with this. And I am literally hitting the wall at every single turn. No matter how I do it or how I go about it, I am hitting the wall at every single turn, and I'm getting pissed. Irately pissed at this. I don't want to just torture everybody and say, that's it, the hell with the video, because, you took the time to put questions to me. I want to do the video. I'm trying my damnedest to get this to work, but it just doesn't want to play ball. I'm getting extremely mad here, to say the least. So I am trying the best of my ability to get this done. I am working on it. I just want to put that out there. Because if this doesn't work, attempt number 3, by the time I'm done with the podcast, I'm just going to quick re-record the whole damn thing. I will be irately mad at that, mind you, but I will just re-record the whole video. Which was like an hour, it's an hour and 20 minutes. I'll just re-record it. And I will try again to find a way to make this work. Because, like I said, I'm getting irate at this now. This is pissing me the hell off. I don't know why it's pissing me off, but it's just pissing me off for very good reasons. So there's the update with the Q&A video. I am working on this. It is enraging the hell out of me, but I'm working on it. I just wanted to put that out there. Alright, so let's start off with the first topic tonight. And we're talking about Conan O'Brien, the talk show host that, honestly, I think needs to just shut up. And I do apologize if there are any O'Brien fans out there. To me, he just is annoying. Well, he's now comparing himself to Conan Edogawa, or Detective Conan, over in Japan. And he is demanding, because he's continuing his crusade, to get his 3 trillion yen, or 27 billion US dollars in royalties. Because he swears that they used his thing. Wait, what was it here? Okay. Yeah, okay. He drew comparisons between himself and the tiny sleuth, jokingly stating that he must be the original inspiration for the character, and thus owed the outrageous sum of 3 trillion yen. I don't care if this is just a funny thing he's doing just to get some shits and giggles and laughs. Case Closed, to me, was a very well-written, well-thought-out, well-planned-out anime series, you mindless prick. To honestly have the audacity to do this, either you've run out of ideas for your show, which I've seen an episode of it, so it's not a far-fetched, theory there, or you've just officially lost what's left of your mind. So, the clip goes on, the article goes on, there's a clip with it. It's from Anime News Network. So, he's looking to get 3 trillion yen. And he also is demanding to change parts of Conan Town to be more O'Brien-friendly. The mayor of said town says that he'll fulfill the request so long as O'Brien puts him on Mount Rushmore, gives him his own walk of fame, and brings 15,000 hamburgers with him. So Conan was playing along with this with his own goofs and calls Matsumoto on his bluffs. And apparently next week, he will be, he's going to show his trip to Japan to claim his money. You've really run out of ideas, haven't you, Conan? I mean, don't get me wrong. I can understand you wanting to do this, but you're jokingly making and poking fun at this. It's an anime series, mind you. First off, that the only reason why he's poking fun at this was because he discovered that he is not the most popular Conan in the world. And that Detective Conan is holding this title. Well, yes, Detective Conan had a movie that kicked Infinity War's ass in Japan. It is popular in Japan. Last time I checked, you're not in Japan. Over here, it was called Case Closed. Funimation ended it. It didn't even give it 5 full seasons. Season 5 was like half of the actual season, because we never saw Vi. She was never actually introduced properly in the series. We got her, though, in some of the follow-up movies. We never got to see whether or not Jimmy Kudo gets to turn back into an adult. But then again, the series is still going on over in Japan, both manga and anime form. we never got to see any of the cool stuff like the organization again or some of the other things. And I own the entire Case Closed series. I have some of the movies. I've seen the other ones online. So I just want to figure out where you get the audacity to make the claim that I am the most popular Conan in the world. You're not. I can think of several others that are more popular than you. Conan the Barbarian comes to mind. Conan Edogawa definitely comes to mind. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, is more popular than you. You are so far down on the bottom of the list, it isn't funny. And you actually have the gall to ask this, and I'm assuming it's a small town, for 3 trillion yen. Sure, they'll just print that up fake money for you. Here you go. No, this is what we give our kids to count, to teach them how to understand the value of money. It's fake yen. Here you go. Here's $3 trillion worth. I hope they do that. I actually hope they do that to him. I hope that he goes over there and they just look at him and they go, here's your 3 trillion yen, and it's all fake. It's literally just they printed it off a computer. First thing in the morning, they knew he was coming. They just mass printed a whole crap ton of fake yen bills and just gave them to him saying, here you go. And on the back of it, or written on it somewhere, is not valid currency. Just so that they don't accidentally create inflation. Just put down, not actual currency. So my guess is he's doing this because the movie was popular over in Japan. He wants to slice of the action. Either that or his ratings are dropping and he's really trying to dig the bottom of the barrel to get people to come and listen to his show and watch it. And I don't care because honestly, all you're doing is pissing me off, and that's not a good sign. I mean, I'm a patient person to a point, O'Brien, but even my patience will run thin. And when you're comparing yourself to an anime character, patience is now running thin. Like, we're talking dangerously thin. We're talking ice melting and you're trying to walk across it thin. So, yeah. But there you go. That's what's going on, apparently, in the world of talk shows. Far gone are the days of Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, and Steve Wilkos. No. We have to have the late-night talk show hosts comparing themselves to anime characters because we don't have Adult Swim to ruin anime enough for us by putting Pop Team Epic on Toonami. Now we have to have Conan O'Brien comparing himself to an anime character. I'm waiting for Jay Leno now to start. Is he going to compare himself to an anime character too? How about Jimmy Kimmel? If they start... Oh, no, David Letterman, I don't think his show's on anymore. No, it's not. I think that was canceled. Who's the guy that took... Craig Ferguson. Is he still doing late night stuff? Let's see him do it. What about that guy that does the thing on... Oh, crap. The thing on Comedy Central. The Daily Show with, what's his name? Because Jon Stewart went to do something else. Jon Stewart, I think he's doing like a late night show. Let's have him, compare himself to an anime character too while we're at it. Pick some characters from shows that are old and really piss off the fans. This is just a slimy move in general, and honestly, O'Brien, I think you were way above this, but you lost me. Period. So, yep. Not gonna happen. So a long time ago, a wonderful trading card game came out called YuGiOh. Based off of the hit anime and manga series by the same name, it involved using popular trading cards as a game to fight the forces of evil, and also take on your neighbor, your classmate, and that rich, prissy bastard down the street. You know, the one that can spend a crap ton of cash and get himself all 5 pieces of Exodia. Yeah. Well, if you've been longing for the days of actually being able to have, I want to say like a virtual reality type of thing, good news, we're partially there. So, there's a new YuGiOh playing machine. Utilizing artificial intelligence created by Konami to identify the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I'm thinking sort of like Kaiba's training mechanism that he was using prior to the Battle City tournament. At the Computer Entertainment Suppliers Association meeting, Konami revealed it had developed artificial intelligence-enabled tech that can identify the 9,000 plus Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing cards. Jesus, there's 9,000 of those now? I thought it was more than that. According to Nikkei, the first system Konami created could only identify half the cards correctly after learning them over the course of a 20-day period. Konami, not wanting to sit idly by, revitalized it, took back the formula, tinkered with it, basically went Doctor Who on its ass, and boom! So a technique called translucent composite learning. CG versions of the cards were created with two variations merged into semi-transparent compositions. The result was a new AI system that was able to learn all 9,000 plus. Okay, so there are, okay, let's just say there's got to be more than 9,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards in a 4 to 5 day span with a 100% accuracy rate. Oh boy. I kind of want to duel against this thing. Konami, can we have like an exhibition match? Me taking on the machine. I know I'll probably kick my ass, but I want to try. just to get out there and try. I want to give it a shot. Now that AI has learned the cards, it's only a matter of time before the machines can actually play them. I mean, I want to play. I mean, in all honesty, I can honestly see this having some practical uses. For starters, one, if they can make, because I'm assuming this thing's probably gigantic at this point, if they can slim it down and literally make it like the size of a laptop, they could give those out to like children's hospitals, to give like the really ill children that are constantly there, that are permanently there, something fun to do other than sit and stare at the walls, or sit and watch the other kids having fun with something that they can't do. And I mean, I'm talking like the bedridden kids, like I can't move my legs, I have no legs, I was born without ligaments or something, severely deformed, disease-ridden, ones that cannot move out of their bed. This would be something for them that they could actually go, hey, I can play against a computer that's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And it knows every single card. I mean, we have that, if you think about it, with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that were released for the Game Boy Advance, the DS, and things like that. We have that. The question is, why are we now just getting to the point that we're getting the database of the computer figured out? Well, granted, it's artificial intelligence, which, first off, like I said, would be a tremendous jump. That'd be cool and epic in the least. But I want to have it so that I can actually enjoy being able to play against the computer. I mean, I wouldn't mind shelling out a couple $100 for a laptop with a special playmat. You have the screen up, you have the screen like a regular laptop, and where the keyboard in that would be is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing mat. Inside the hardware is a copy of the AI system, and you power it up. It has like a little control pad you can attach to it that you can select what you want to battle with, select your level, difficulty, and all that stuff, and then go to town and just play Yu-Gi-Oh! By yourself. That's the point we're coming to with this, and I, for one, want it. I mean, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! By myself as it is. It would be nice to create a deck, one of my decks that I've made, and throw it into a virtual game and just have it battle me. That'd be better than the way I do it now. I mean, I'd still be holding half of the cards, but I wouldn't have to worry about thinking two strategies. The computer could think the other strategy, and I'm thinking mine. So that would be really cool. But yeah, this honestly is something that's got my attention, because this is honestly really cool. Because it doesn't only have applications for Yu-Gi-Oh! You got the Magic the Gathering weenies that could adore this, and I do, I don't mean that in an insensitive way, but there's always been this Magic the Gathering's better than Yu-Gi-Oh! So both sides hate each other. Honestly, I sit on the fence, but you pick up things from both sides. This is Magic the Gathering players say that Yu-Gi-Oh sucks, and Yu-Gi-Oh players say Magic the Gathering sucks. I technically played Yu-Gi-Oh, and I can't understand Magic the Gathering. Hence why I have an entire binder of cards that I got from the Dollar Tree that I want to turn and burn. So, yeah, that should tell you where my love for Magic the Gathering is. It doesn't exist, basically. But in all honesty, like I said, this is a really good idea. And like I said, it doesn't just have applications for just the average user and consumer, because you could actually do this for like hospitals, universities could have this. With this technology, we could actually start professional dueling circuits, of which I would love to try to do. That would be cool. Make it like sports stars. Like football and baseball players. Yeah, this is the regional champion of the Eastern 5 singled out dodecahedron McDonald's tournament winner. This guy is a legend, and he's going up against the female contender, the queen of the Dairy Queens. I'm sorry, but that's the best. That's the best I can think of. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. That's the best I can think of. But anyway, yeah, that's what I would see happening with this. I honestly think that wouldn't work out too badly. I think it'd be pretty cool. But yes, it does come with some massive constraints and things like that. But otherwise, I think it would be something that would be very unique, and it does have a lot of practical applications. So kudos Konami for finally stepping it up. Now let's kick it up to the next level. Let's get a holographic dual disc with your technology. Then we're talking some real cheddar there, because then we're starting Yu-Gi-Oh dual circuits. I will sign up for that so fast it ain't even gonna be funny. I want to represent some places. So I just gotta battle you? Okay, we go old school format or link summoning? Alright, let's go to town. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Alright, so this I kind of find funny. If anybody's ever seen the old movie Highlander, you know that line, there can be only one? Well, a judge has ruled that for Comic-Con. There can be only one Comic-Con. So, this is just interesting to me, because I kind of like how they word the article. So the annual gathering of nerds in your town is going to have to change its name. So a California judge has ruled, followed a jury, by the way, verdict on this, that Salt Lake City Comic-Con infringed on San Diego Comic-Con's trademark of the Comic-Con name. And let me just get this out of the way, because I know there's somebody out there that's going to say it. Con! There. There's your Star Trek reference from Kirk, folks. Okay. Alright. So, the judge only awarded San Diego Comic-Con $20,000 in damages, but this sets a precedent for other conventions to be barred from using the Comic-Con name, including New York Comic-Con, which is coming up in a few months. So this is one of the things the judge really took issue with, was the Salt Lake City Con's repeated insistence on reciting the dictionary definition of con. Con! Sorry, I just had to. The judge found objectively unreasonable. I mean, you're just gonna preach the dictionary. I'm gonna get pissed too. It had already been established that nobody really gave a damn about the dictionary definition of con. San Diego's defense was that it's been a non-profit since 1975 and has been holding conventions since 1970, meaning it does not have an established history with the Comic-Con name. So that being said, though, Comic-Con still seems like a relatively generic term. So this whole thing is reminding people of the Barricade trademark issue, a bar that has arcade games and is increasingly common thing these days. But only one company actually owns the rights to use the name Barcade. Okay, Barcade, my apologies. Uh, that means other bars that have arcade games must be legally identified as arcade bars. So in that spirit, we'd like to make a pitch for an alternative name for comic book conventions. How about Nerdapalooza? Virgin Fest. Well, no, that one might be too offensive to people. But then again, that's a general misanthrope for a lot of people. But yeah, I can see that pissing off people. But that's one that I guarantee you someone will throw out. Some of the ones on this they can use without infringing upon the Comic-Con brand and pissing off San Diego again. Comicvention, which sounds like comic intervention. The Salt Lake City Comicvention. The New York Comicvention. It's a horrible idea if you ask me, because it kind of seems stupid. Honestly, though, I don't see... What the hell's the problem here? It's a comic book convention. They want to use Comic-Con to draw people's names. It's a Comic-Con for that city. Not everybody's got the funds to fly to San Diego. Let me repeat that. Not everybody is rich enough to fly their asses, even the cheapest way, coach. I don't think you get any cheaper than that unless you stow away on the plane in the cargo hold. But even then, you're going to get caught and fined, so that doesn't even work. Nobody's going to fly out, drive out, or hell, walking out will take you a couple of years, to San Diego for a Comic-Con. When they could go to, it's like, I live on the East Coast. I could go to New York easy. Why can't there be an East Coast version in New York? There you go, New York Comic-Con. The East Coast version of San Diego Comic-Con. But we can't have that now, apparently, because there can be only one Comic-Con. So some other alternative names. I love that. Comicvention. That sounds honestly like somebody trying to belittle the fact that, hey, we're going to have an intervention for you because we're worried that you're collecting far too many comic books. So we're going to have a comicvention. You know what that is? Haven't got a clue. Well, it's basically where we're going to take you upstairs and we're just going to tell you the error of your ways and tell you how much your comic books are hurting us. And they already do that, too, by the way. There are comic book interventions. I've seen one on TV. It wasn't pleasant. However, the lawsuit, though, because this lawsuit has opened the floodgates for similar lawsuits. Because in Boston, there is a anime convention. It's filed a lawsuit. So Anime Boston filed a lawsuit similarly, against newer and similarly named anime convention, Boston Anime Fest. How are those even remotely similar? What, because Boston and anime are in the same name? Oh, so? One side arguing that it had the name first, the other side is arguing that the name is generic enough that it shouldn't be trademarked. It is generic! It's literally, I'm going to say this, it's literally anime and the city that you're in. Whether or not you say convention, festival, gathering, those two words are synonymously constantly public. They shouldn't be trademarked. Does that mean that every time I'd have to mention, like, if I'd be doing a report or something, or I'd be pitching this on TV, I'm going to Boston Anime Fest, I have to pay a counsel because I use the words Boston and anime in the same sentence? That'd be horrendous. Let's see here. This issue seems less cut and dry, though, because they can't come up, at least the article writers can't come up with a catchy name like Comicvention to slap in there. Honestly here, I mean, come on. Let's think about it this way. Boston's got a lot of people that want to do stuff. It's got a harbor. It's got a lot of history. Not to mention the fact that it is, I'd like to say, a major college town, or somewhat, because I know that there are some colleges there. But, I mean, so there's an anime convention. There might be, not enough room at the one, Or, hey, we're going to do this cheaper version down the road for those that can't. So I don't see what the big deal is with this. Just because one might be slightly cheaper than the other, or because they're using the same two words, location and anime, and then they're adding an extra word after that. So I don't see the issue here. All I'm seeing is a bunch of crybabies complaining, and it's hurting my head. But as far as Comic-Con goes, according to a judge, there can be only one. So like in Highlander, there can be only one! And that one is Comic-Con. So you can't have anything unless you're in San Diego. That's right, San Diego! Hell's gonna fly to San Diego all the time to go to a comic convention when they can't go up to New York now because New York can't have Comic-Con in its name. I mean, that's idiotic! I mean, and this also opens up the gates for the other smaller conventions. There's Philadelphia Wizard World and Wizard Con. I mean, can they use con in anything? Because there's like some Dallas ones. There's one like in Kentucky or Phoenix, I thought. They're all over the place. And now it's like, well, you can't use Comic-Con in it. Okay, that's great. So what the hell are you supposed to call a comic book convention? I'm sure as hell not calling it comic-vention. That's stupid. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe they'll grow up at some point and they'll all agree to disagree and we can all just go on and be happy. But until that day comes, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Alright, so the magical place on Earth has just gotten a lot more magical for its employees. Yeah, workers at Walt Disney World landed a deal for a $15 minimum wage. And for the crap that they have to go through, I honestly think they deserve it. I'm just going to come right out and say it. So Disney reached this deal with unions that would hike the minimum wage for Walt Disney World Resort workers to $15 an hour by 2021, signaling an end to contract negotiations that have dragged on for nearly a year. The agreement, though, covers thousands of parks and resort employees, would increase the starting wage by 50%. Workers would also get $1,000 bonuses they were promised earlier this year. When you figure when you're charging like $100-something just to park in your parking lot at your theme park, and God knows how much one of your resorts costs for a night, I think you can afford to pay up a little more for your employees that have to put up with the kid puke, some of the ones that have to walk around in the costumes and be happy 24/7 because if they aren't, you escort them off with the Mickey Mouse security. Yes, I have seen and heard the stories. Everybody's heard the stories about the wonderful world of Disney and how they screw the employees to the wall. We've all heard the stories. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So marathon negotiations carried into the early morning before the deal was finally reached late Friday night. According to an union official, it will be voted on by union members on September 5th and is expected to easily pass. $15 an hour, I could see that passing. I expect it to be a resounding yes, said the president of Unite Here Local 362. We've had excellent turnout. People feel so high. I wanted to walk in this morning at 7 a.m. for a staff meeting, and people were clapping and cheering, and they just they just really feel great. I could touch that, but I'm not going to. Disney said in a statement that the deal contains the largest proposal ever offered by Walt Disney World Resort, with significant pay raises. $15 an hour is a very significant pay raise. But like I said, for the stuff that you have to do there, I mean, they have to put up with the kids. If you have the people cleaning the rooms, they have to go through and clean the rooms. So let's say you have some of those wonderful people that go down to Disney World because they want to go for a honeymoon. Yeah, you know what you're cleaning. We're taking a family vacation to Walt Disney World. Yeah, you know you're going to have spit up, toys thrown everywhere, crap all over the place, probably throw up from the kids on the rides that got sick and still aren't feeling too good by the time they get back. Yeah, you know what you're dealing with. They deserve it. I'm not going to argue that. It's huge. I actually kind of feel, really happy for them. I really do. Let's see here. Let's see, there's more here. The deal also includes an offer to retroactively pay workers an additional 50 cents an hour or 3%, whichever is greater, for all hours worked since September of 2017. That's actually not too bad. Let's see here. Disney previously, though, threatened to not pay them their $1,000 bonuses amid the contentious negotiations with these service trades, Council Union, or STCU, which represents 6 unions covering 38,000 employees at the park and resorts. You mean to tell me the ones that dress up like Cinderella, Snow White, and the Little Mermaid are their union? Wow. That kind of makes me feel a little sadder now after watching that video of that 5-year-old kicking Donald Duck in the crotch. I feel really sorry for that person now. And yes, I did see that video. Somebody had it up on YouTube. It was recommended for me. I saw it and I started laughing hysterically. Somebody got a good shot of that. I feel for the person in the suit, but from the description in the video, the person had it coming to them. They were asked several times to, people weren't in the mood to see the character. They were literally there for some parade or something, and they just got kicked right in the crotch. They went down, and that was it. Like I said, I feel for them, but yeah, they had it coming at that point. Let's see here. The unions did not make any major concessions during the negotiations, though. An agreement was reached this week was the result of workers putting up a united front. Disney, a powerful company. They're a formidable foe. To stand up to your boss that's that big and that powerful is really remarkable and really inspiring. It's actually just more inspiring that they didn't fire all your asses, honestly. You should really just be happy for that. Employees covered by the deal include food service, custodial, hotel, and park workers. Oh, so I guess those people in the suits don't count. That sucks. See here. Under the agreed upon terms, the minimum wage will climb incrementally over the next 3 years before hitting $15 per hour in October of 2021. Yeah. So, honestly, I'm not really upset about it. This is actually a good thing. Like I said, they go through a hell of a lot of crap to be at this park and do this crap. So, yeah, I feel for them. I really feel for yous. Honestly, I don't think I could explain that anymore if I tried. Truthfully, that's a wonderful thing. You stood your ground. You're getting a decent pay raise. More power to you. Fight the power. Fight the power. But yeah. I'm sorry. I watched too many clips of stuff, and I have the ending theme to Gurren Lagann on my MP3 player. So row, row, fight the power is in my head usually. But yeah, seriously though, this is actually good. And like I said, especially for the stuff that they got to put up with. You figure maintenance workers would probably have to repair the rides. That's a thankless job because you have people screaming, "When's it going to be done? I came down here specifically to go on Magic Mountain." It'll be done when it's done. You can't rush genius. But no, seriously though, it is a good thing. Congratulations. So, like I said, it got a lot more magical and more happy. Definitely though for the employees more so than the customers, because I could just see Disney. And no offense to them, but it's like $100-something. I read that article and it stuck in my head. It was like $100-something to park in their parking lot. And that's just the parking lot. That's when I would go around and go, "Hey kids, we're gonna go to parking lot land. What's parking lot land, Dad? Oh, it's very simple, kids. Parking lot land is where I have to pay $100-something to park in a parking lot, and we're going to go around and look at all the license plates and all the nice cars and RVs. Really? Yeah, because I can't afford the theme park now anymore. So, parking lot land is where we're going to go. Make sure you bring lots of drinks, because we're not going to be able to buy anything inside because I have to pay to go in through the gate. I mean, that's seriously, every time I think of Disney World, that's the first thing I think of is parking lot land. Because that's about what I would be doing. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. They got $15 an hour, or they will be getting $15 an hour in 3 years. So it's not bad. That's honestly good. It's really good for them. Congrats. Alrighty, so turns out all my bitching and complaining about a Gundam app, if I would have just did a little more searching, or if I would have known about this, I probably could have played it. The strategy simulation game Gundam Conquest, unfortunately, is coming to an end. October 29th, the service for the app is coming to a screeching halt. And first off, right now, it pisses me off because I didn't know it existed. Apparently, it was launched for smartphones in December of 2013. It's a collaboration with the Kingdom Quest action simulation game, and the app has more than 5 million downloads. It received a port for the PlayStation Vita title Gundam Conquest 5, launched in 2015. So this thing went for a good 3 to 5 years. So that's actually not a bad thing. But I didn't know that there was a Gundam app this entire freaking time. So they announced this on Wednesday, or I should say Bandai Namco, the wonderful company that constantly screws me to the wall and back again. They should just call their company motto "There and Back Again," the way we screw our customers. Because they have a wonderful way of doing it. They announced this on Wednesday, that they're canceling the app, shutting it down. Service is ending on October 29th. The app is stopping the sales of the in-game CP currency on September 26th. And all this is bringing back memories of Digimon Heroes. I fondly remember Digimon Heroes. I remember going through the nightmare of grinding to get Titamon. I remember the grinding to get Imperial Dramon Palladian mode. All of that stuff flushed down the toilet. Because they announced, we're shutting the game down at the end of the year, kiss off, screw you, bye-bye. No, we'll transfer some of your characters to our other Digimon game if you want, for those of you that are willing to go over there. Well, if you have a valid account over there, send us your ID number and we'll transfer over your Digimon over into there. Give you a decent roster for what you can do. For stuff you can do in that game. Fans probably would have went batshit crazy for that. I would have. Because if it would have been for what you get the last and final day, it's like, okay, this was my number for Digimon Heroes. This is my thing for this. Transfer over my stuff. Because the final day, and I want to stress this, the final day that the app was up, I finally get the one Digimon that I wanted from day one. The one that I saw, when I saw it in the list of Digimon I can get, I wanted it. Susanoo-mon. What do you think? I finally get the last and final day that the app's open, and I don't have a way to capture the image. I get that in the afternoon. I'm like, okay, it'll still be up yet tonight. I can get it quick tonight. I can quick snap a picture of it. 7 o'clock. I go to turn the thing on at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock's when it was supposed to roll over to the next day, because that's when it usually did it. 7 o'clock's already coming up saying the game's no longer, can't connect to the server, can't connect to the server. I'm like, son of a... I screamed it so loud I was pissed. And this was that game. And this topic basically just brought back all those memories. Not only that, but the fact that this was a Gundam app. Bandai is dumping a Gundam app. Why don't you finally just admit defeat, Bandai, and just start listening to your fans? I want a Gundam app that I can modify the Gundam. Have it be a real-time battle thing, where like a Mobile Fighter G Gundam, or better yet, like Build Divers, where I can modify the Gundam to my specifications, the way I want it. Do I want Wing Zero's, chest plate? Do I want the wings from Wing Zero? Do I want the Burning Gundam's, hands? All that stuff. Why can't I have that? Why is it that we're still getting screwed left and right? And you're coming out with Naruto games, Digimon games. I think there's another one that's coming down the pipeline from you, if I read that right. So many things that are coming out from Bandai Namco, and the stuff that fans would want to tie in with things that are currently airing. Because Build Divers is airing. Build Fighters and Build Fighters Try are still popular. You're selling model kits out the ass. Why have you not managed to somehow interlink some of this stuff together? But now you're ditching this app. Now, if you're ditching this to create something else, I will retract my anger-filled hate. But if you're literally ditching this because you just want it gone, not only do you still have my anger-filled hate and rage, I'll honestly be more pissed off than you think. I mean, there's a point in time for everything, and this is now officially annoying. Look, I liked Gundam, and this hurts. Anytime an app closes, it hurts, especially one that, if I would have known it existed, I would have tried to download it. I didn't know this existed. Was this only in Japan, though, is the only question I have left for this. Because if this was only in Japan, okay, then that makes sense why I didn't know it existed. Otherwise, I want to know how I missed this one. Because I always check the App Store for Gundam apps. And I never find any. So, yeah, it's ending. End of October 29th, so 2 days before Halloween. So if you play the game, get ready to kiss it goodbye. Don't worry, I had to do that with Heroes. It gets easier. It gets easier. Alright, so the final topic, though, for this week has to be one of the strangest things that has ever finally happened. So Weird Al Yankovic has finally got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's about damn time. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the great Yankovic, he does a lot of parody music. My Bologna, Another One Rides the Bus, Eat It. He did that Fat song, which was really interesting and funny. Like a Surgeon. Hey Hey We're the Monks, Virus Alert. Those are just some of the few that he's done. He's done a lot. He's been around since the 80s, and with him, when he got his star on the 28th out there in California, he was there with Dr. Demento, who I honestly thought Dr. Demento was gone. I thought Dr. Demento was long dead already. But no, Dr. Demento was out there, and I'm like, oh, cool, Dr. Demento's still alive. Holy hell. I really didn't know. And he was explaining about when he first got the tape of Weird Al, and he thought this was funny on a cheap cassette tape. And that cheap cassette tape has launched his career. And then he's talking, it was kind of interesting, about, this and that with Weird Al, and this, and this. And it was really touching. It honestly was. I appreciated it. I enjoyed it, I think, as much as anybody else did. And then Weird Al took the stage, and he's like, this is a really great honor. He says he could have got it 10, 20 years ago, but he wanted a particular number, and it took a while for that one to come up. I don't know if that was a joke or if he was being serious. But yeah, I mean, he's finally being recognized for the greatness that he is. Although, he does have a message for everybody out there. Please, 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 don't pickaxe my star. He goes, I know it's like a craze right now, it's the latest thing, but please don't do it. Just don't do it. He goes on to say about how, and I do really love this. This is honestly my favorite part, where he goes, and I quote, I thought it was funny. He goes, just, leave it to the regular things to to maim and demean my star. Unless he does something really horribly monstrous in the future, then by all means go to town. Otherwise, just do what everybody else does with celebrities they don't like. Just, spit and pee on it, as he put it. I'm thinking to myself, well, that kind of sounds about right, but they should just find William Shatner's. That can't be too far away. But yeah, honestly though, it's a wonderful thing that Weird Al's finally got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Honestly, that's a good thing. He's more than deserved it, to say the least. He's more than deserved this star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But yeah, he's finally got it, and I, for one, am really glad he does. So, congrats, Weird Al, on having your star. Really, congratulations. You've more than earned it. You really have. Honestly, you really have. Alrighty, that's going to do it this week for the absolutely, completely random podcast, where I am still fiddling with this Q&A video. I will be damned if I have to re-record this thing. Seriously, I am trying a different way here to try to get this thing to have a decent size. I like the size that I got the one idea at, but it's not... The quality kind of sucks. Worst case scenario, that's the one that's going to go up, because it's going on 11 o'clock. I want to get some sleep, damn it. I'm getting really fed up with electronics and computers just not wanting to agree with me this weekend. But that's my problem, not yours. So, until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. Don't forget, if you have any topics you'd like me to discuss, feel free to drop them into the discussion. Yeah, into the discussion section here on my YouTube channel. Drop them on my Twitter at OtakuRhodes. And you can also plop them up on my Facebook wall on the WebDesigner18 Facebook page. And before I go, I want to give a huge shout out to Pat Contry and Ian Ferguson of the CU Podcast for celebrating 5 years of podcasting greatness together. They're celebrating their 5-year anniversary this week. Congratulations, guys. Seriously, 5 years. And theirs is a bi-weekly. It just went out on Tuesday. So 5 years that they've been together doing podcasting. That is amazing. I'm only at 2 years. And that's something for me. But they've been doing it for 5 years. That's huge. It's huge. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Congratulations on your 5 years, and here's to 5 more. And until next week, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the absolutely, completely random podcast. I am going to figure out what to do with this Q&A video and go to bed. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and I'll see yous and catch yous all next week. Bye, everybody.